We're back. Personal Health Care Reform Talk Show on Pegasus Net Waves, taking your health to a higher level. And today's a very, very special edition show. So we got Hart Jackson with the StepOutWalk coming on with us. In fact, I'm with the StepOutWalk too. But we're gonna talk about that today and how to help us stop diabetes. Come out and have some fun with us on November 5th. So before we get into that, which seriously, listen, it's gonna be a great show with her. We have the biggest heart in Dallas in the studio today. Okay, or at least the tallest anyway. So listen to that. She's absolutely fantastic. I'm really happy to have her on here. In fact, she'll probably do so well. She might even take over the show. Who knows? Anyway, so go to ClintFuquay.com, ClintsPrograms.com, PersonalHealthCareReform.com. Of course, ClintFuquay.com. I have the 4 steps to better health. Go through the steps. The steps are going to be changing just a little bit coming up in October. We're going to enhance things a little bit, so to speak. So I've got some good feedback on it. So we're going to implement some of that great feedback, and we're going to simplify things even more. Even though we're pretty simple anyway, they're going to be even more simple. So it's going to be click and point. That's, or point and click. Either way, so there's that. For everything else, check out the Facebook page, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, Google+, LinkedIn. If it's social media, I'm on there someplace at this point. YouTube for tons of videos, Spreaker for all the old shows, SoundCloud for all the old shows as well, IdeaFit, so you see all my stuff. Of course, I've got all my stuff on the website too, on the bio page. And then, of course, articles. Of course, I've been to Men's Fitness twice now. Medical Daily, just a new one. Fitness and Fashion, that's right. I wrote a fashion article about fitness. Or at least they asked me about it, and I took over the article apparently. So read that. This way you know what to buy before you can go work out. Okay. Rocks Digital, new stuff on there. New selfie post. Whole post about selfies and how they can be good or how they can be really bad. Read that one. Offbeat Business, of course, always cool, great stuff in there. The newest one is going to be Save the Manuals. You'll get it when you read it. Of course, I've got my article in there for 22 Kill and everything else. I do one every month. Read it. Awesome stuff. Awesome magazine, by the way. And then Living the Dream, I'll start doing some writing for them again very soon. And for the hashtags, because you got to have hashtags. Hashtag LiveLean2016. Hashtag Make America Great Again. There's another one I'll start using, which is make water pure again. Because one of my new health partners just came on. So speaking of health partners, here they are. So Human, helping unite mankind in nutrition. This way your office gets better goldfish for your people, better drinks, better everything. That way they're healthy, they're happy, they're doing more work. MedCall Pro, like I said, they're getting their stuff put in order. This way it's not like healthcare.gov. They don't want those issues. So whenever they get that up and rolling, we're going to have them on the show. Ultra Labs. Once again, if you need a lab test, check them out. It's 28% off everything. 2,500 locations. You set up your day, you set up your time, you go in, you get the blood drawn, all that stuff. Awesome stuff. And literally, they have every test on the market. Every test that you'll ever want to take. Go there, okay? Awesome stuff, especially if you don't have insurance. Best way to do it. Everlywell was just at a huge event 2 days ago, or after this, whenever this show airs, it will be like a week ago. Anyway, so they're launching, they're doing very, very well. Check them out, everlywell.com. They're one of my newest. They do some very, very unique blood testing at home, so you don't have to go anywhere. You just order it, they send it to you, you do a pinprick, send it off, full results. The results are awesome. They have full medical staff that will call you if there's anything really wrong with you. They'll confer with your doctor, all that stuff. Great service. Icon Meals, because, school's back in session, you're busy, everything's hectic, you don't want to cook all the time, you call them, they do all the cooking, they send it to you. It's awesome stuff. Great. It's gourmet meals and very, very, very healthy. If you have health issues, if you want to be gluten-free, whatever, put that in there, they make it for you. Can't get any easier than that. I'm all about easy for everybody out there, okay? Kinesi, whole brand new line comes out this fall. More about that later. And as always, I do have some Kinesi on me. And Thrive Market, once again, easy, point and click. They've actually refined their ordering system. So if you're looking for gluten-free, you're looking for paleo, whatever, you click on whatever you want to buy. It gives you the full listings. Point and click. It's half off. Okay, so you're getting organic and gluten-free and everything else for half off. Okay, they send it directly to your house. Bam, done. It's that easy. And my newest, Zero Water. That's right, I am officially an ambassador for Zero Water. That means what? I get cool stuff, which means what? I get to give cool stuff away. That's right, I'm going to be giving some Zero Water stuff away on the show. So listen up, we're going to start that up in October. Okay, I'm going to start doing some stuff for that. We got a whole brand new marketing package coming out specifically for the whole Zero Water thing. Awesome stuff. Once again, hashtag make water pure again for that one. ID Life, more about ID Life in a little bit. We're going to come back to them. Of course, 88 North Texas. So all my nonprofits, 88 North Texas. St. Baldrick's. I'll have St. Baldrick's in here on here in October to talk about children's cancer research. Guardians for Heroes, 22 Kill, still doing the push-ups. Join in. Hunger Stops. Well, of course, you just heard Hunger Stops on here. Awesome group there. And for events, before we get into health in the news and all the other really big, cool stuff going on. So September 18th, Jared Gines, Super Soaker Battle, Toyota Stadium. Be there with your water pistol, okay? The goal is to break a world record and raise a lot of money to help people out that are suffering with flooding issues down in South Texas, okay? September 23rd, PokeSkate 2. Once again, I'm gonna continue posting my Pokemon article. I need to post it more. Get to the PokeSkate 2. Awesome event. He'll be DJing. Once again, it's Jared Gines again. I'll get him on the show eventually here and talk about all the great stuff he does. And go there, check it out. This way you can go hunt Pokemon and not get run over out in the street, okay? That's the goal there. Go out, have fun, do it. Get moving, more importantly. October 18th, Divots for Diabetes. So if you love golf and want to help stop diabetes, join us for that. I'll be posting a whole lot more about that now because it's coming up very soon. Then, of course, November 5th, Step Out Walk, which is what the show is all about today. So, health in the news. First big thing, I got to start with Ideal Life. Okay, we just had a huge... not a launch event, but we refine things. It's easier now. So we have this whole ID Life experience, which means we take care of you from morning to evening on everything. So check it out. Everything is going up on my website. Should be up for now on clintfuquay.com for the ID Life experience. Seriously, it's what we had before, but we've simplified everything. So once again, we take care of you for breakfast, lunch, dinner. It's 1, 2, 3 step. Customized vitamins for you specifically, as I keep on telling people, for going out to the store and buying the stuff off the shelf. Okay, it's made for one person, and that one person ain't you. Okay, our stuff is made for you specifically, and honestly, the average cost is going to be maybe $80 for the ID Nutrition Blend. And get this, okay, we drop prices for all September, 30% off everything. Okay, for the rest of the year, 20% off everything. That means for about a little bit over $200 or $7 a day, okay, you get everything. How's that? $7 a day, everything is taken care of. It's an awesome deal. I'm glad we did it. Plus, we're doing a whole lot of volume, so we get nice big volume buys on all of our raw materials now, which is awesome. So, health in the news. Outside of that, go in there, check that out. It's 1, 2, 3 step process. It's awesome. So, movies. Fed Up. There's a movie called Fed Up. If you haven't watched it, it's on free. It's on iTunes. It's on Amazon. You can download it. Watch it for free. Awesome movie. Tells you all about what's going on in the food industry. I posted a little thing from Authority Nutrition. 12 graphs that show why people are getting fat. Austin, read it. You need to see this info. Once again, I got a little reminder about the Ideal Life Experience, which is awesome stuff. Everly Well, talking about them at the Tech Startup Crunch Battlefield. Current guidelines for managing type 2 diabetes. This is from MedAdvisor. I'm going to have MedAdvisor on here eventually too. Awesome new system. If you have if you're trying to do disease management for yourself and taking care of somebody else, they give you the most accurate, newest information on whatever you're taking care of. Awesome group online. It's all free too. That's even more amazing. So check them out, MedAdvisor. Also, if you're taking tons of medications, okay, you don't want to have the Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday pill packet thing, getting stuff lost, everything like that. there's a company called PillPack. Okay, PillPack does on the medication side kind of like what we do on the nutrient side for Ideal Life. So Ideal Life, everything's customized for you specifically. PillPack, they take all the pills that you're taking, they pack them all for when you're supposed to take them, on the days, the times, all that stuff. It's all put into packaging. You roll it out for the day. You take your stuff at the days and times you're supposed to take it. Awesome service. So if you have both of those, imagine how easy your life is going to be. I got a story in here about myelin and them cornering the market for the EpiPen, and the government causing a whole monopoly for them, which is BS. By the way, in the last show we talked about food deserts. So Dallas Arboretum is breaking ground for an edible garden that will be open in 2017. Awesome stuff there. There's PBS did a full story on Parkland College. If you remember, about 2 years ago, I was down there helping out with education. Out there on the football field, they got turned into an organic farm. Okay, awesome stuff there. Great story by PBS on those guys. Latest research from American Heart Association: just a little bit of exercise goes a long way in saving your health and your money. Okay, awesome stuff there. And that's it for the opening part of the show. Come back. I've got Hart Jackson coming on. She is awesome. Okay, it's like Hart Action Jackson. She's a bundle of energy. Come back, listen in, learn how you can help us stop diabetes. Be a part of the StepOutWalk because we need you there. Come back. It's an awesome show.
Have you taken time to plan for your financial future? Or have you not really given it much thought at all, and maybe even avoided it? Hi, I'm Angela Tweeten, known as the Lucrative Lady, Making Money Simple. I help people break down all of the financial lingo and rules so that they can understand the velocity of money, and then plan for, capture, and enjoy their later years. Check me out at thelucrativelady.com.
This is Jeff Lazarus, author of Dogtology, Live, Bark, Believe. Dogtology is about man's fanatical devotion to dog, about the belief in dog, arguably one of the most popular beliefs on earth. Dogtology is available right now on Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble Select Stores, and BarnesandNoble.com, Books A Million, independent bookstores, and several airports around the country.
All right, we're back. Personal Healthcare Reform Talk Show on Pegasus NetWaves, taking your health to a higher level. And we're back. It is the ADA show today. And I thought I just had Hart on the show today, and Rhonda popped in here. I said, oh, yeah, I have 2-for-1 special. So everybody's been listening in. You probably remember Rhonda from previous shows from last year and, doing the whole run-up to the StepOutWalk, which, again, is on November 5th. And that's what this show is about, is for the ADA. It's for the StepOutWalk. So, Rhonda, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Yep. And Hart, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for inviting me.
And as I said before they even got here, we have the biggest heart in Texas on the show today. At least the tallest. We have the tallest heart. Let's start off with a couple of things for the walk coming up. And actually, Hart, we're going to start with you. So how did you get involved with the ADA? Because I know you've been involved for quite some time.
I got involved with the ADA back after I graduated from college, after I came home from college. Started working with the walk around 2001. And the walk, actually, with the anniversary of 9/11, was the time that we also had our walk. And so being on that committee, we were trying to figure out if we still wanted to do the walk or not that weekend. And we went on ahead with it. And it was the most beautiful turnout ever. It was out by the Meyerson at that time. And so I've been involved off and on since 2001.
Okay.
So,
yeah, I remember your whole story of remembering that time, because it was that was the entire period. Yeah, y'all actually going forward and doing it and having such a great turnout and everything was huge. Of course, Rhonda, you've been with the ADA now for how long?
This is my third walk, and it's a national walk, and so we're celebrating our 25th year. It hasn't been here for 25 years, but we're, celebrating this a little bit more with a little more pizzazz at the walk. So we're hoping that people will come out, and we appreciate heart and all of the volunteers who really make it a special day, and for those who have diabetes. So we're excited about it.
Okay, very good. Yeah, and see, it's been 15 years here in Dallas, correct? That we've had the walk.
Yes.
25 years for the walk and 15 years in Dallas. So it's not a new thing, people. With that, before we get back into the walk, because we're going to talk about it here later on in the show. Let's talk about diabetes, just in general. Period. For people to get a handle on this thing, because I recently was at PCI, which great students there. Thank you for having me out there to do some education. And it was interesting. I asked everybody there, all the students, did they know what the ADA is? Do you know who the American Diabetes Association is? And all of them just kind of looked around the room like, no, who is it? I was like, do you know who the American Heart Association is? Everybody hands up, yes, I know who they are. I was like, you know why? Because they get this much money. We need this much money, because if you don't listen to us, then you end up dealing with their stuff. But it was amazing just from that standpoint. And these are all people that are going to be going out into the medical industry as nurse aides and stuff like that, dental aides, and they have no clue who we are. So that was very interesting. They know who we are now. So, in fact, PCI, if anybody's listening from PCI, we expect you to be at the walk, by the way. You got the email. So I want to put that out there. So what are some things... let's look at probably 3 things people should know about living with diabetes that they just wouldn't honestly think about, just from a daily life perspective.
Well, first of all, you can't look at a person and say they have diabetes. All shapes, forms, walks of life, it does not discriminate. So you just don't know. So when somebody says that they have diabetes, it's like, oh, well, you don't look like you would have you don't know what diabetes looks like. So just don't assume you just can't assume for any reason whether someone has diabetes or not.
I love on one of the latest diabetes forecast magazines, you got Nick Jonas on there.
Right.
Who is... he's type 1, correct?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Correct.
So type 1. You would never in a million years think of Nick Jonas being type 1 diabetic, ever. Right. Because, he's up, he's singing, he's dancing, he's doing all this stuff out there. It's one of the Jonas Brothers, okay? The girls are going nuts right now. But just from that perspective, you don't know. And there's tons of athletes that are pro-level athletes, Olympic athletes, stuff like that. There's been a few profiles on those in the past. So, it's... You never know who it is that's walking around you that has diabetes. So, anything else?
Well, pre-diabetes starts anywhere from 7 to 10 years prior to being diagnosed with diabetes. So we do a lot of prevention education, because it really helps, and it's speaking specifically more towards type 2, because type 2 really... it does help to get exercise, eat right, but for every, if we all lived a type of pre-diabetic awareness and how we treated our bodies and how we ate, how we exercised, we could do a lot better in ever being diagnosed with diabetes. So, that's one of the things that the American Diabetes Association really emphasizes is prevention. So when we go out and educate people, we try to get that through. It's hard. It's hard to walk the walk. Pun intended. Pun intended.
And that's why they're on the show.
So yes.
So okay, we actually, there's a lot of discussion about that at PCI. By the way. That was fun. That was like a full day. I did like 3 classes for them. But the whole prediabetes thing, they were clueless, had no idea. There was only like 2 people in the room that all even knew, about prediabetes. And I was like, look, it's a whole diagnosis thing. It's like you're driving down the road, you're in the car, and the check engine light comes on. What does it mean? You have no idea. All you know is the check engine light's on. Something's wrong. Could just be a sensor, probably just a sensor, but you need to go check it out. And that's why we have the whole prediabetes thing now. This way, there's that little warning light of something's going on. We need to do a self-correct thing. And Hart, one thing I want to talk with you about is, of course, you're type 1.
I am.
And so I wanted to get a little bit of your story about that, being type 1 diabetic, just from a life standpoint, daily life standpoint, because you have daughters, you gotta get up, you gotta do the hair in the morning, you gotta be dressed, all that stuff. You still gotta manage all your blood glucose levels and everything else, and you're also a big part of the camp system here in Dallas too.
Yes,
so
correct.
why don't you tell us about some of that?
Well, I've been diabetic for 21 years, and it definitely has its good days, and it definitely has its bad days. I don't know. I guess I have to take it as a compliment sometimes when people are like, you make diabetes look really good, and I'm like, okay, you should try me at 3:00 in the morning when I'm dealing with either a low blood sugar or a high blood sugar, and trying to figure out what did I do before bed, or what did I eat, what did I not eat, and it definitely has, its struggles. But, just walking this walk for the last 21 years, it's ups and downs. But working with the ADA has definitely been my voice, and to help me to hold myself accountable for it, and to learn from others, and hopefully have an opportunity for others to learn from me. I have learned a lot from the kids that I work with at camp for Camp New Horizons in June. A lot of the new devices that I have is because I see my campers with it. And I was like, oh, wow, that's neat. I want one of those, so it's great. So I learn a lot from the children who were diagnosed very younger than what I was. But also being a mother and a parent as well, a lot of the parents get a chance to learn from me, dealing with their children. And so it's definitely a good day, bad day thing. But, my girls, I'm proud of my girls. They're 9 and 6, and they eat like mommy eats. They have their salads. They love their salmon. They know that they're not supposed to have all of this rice with their meals and all of that. And when they go to birthday parties, for them to say, mommy, this cake is too sweet, it's just, I want to cry. It's just like, I understand. I totally get it. But they know mommy's lifestyle and stuff. So, and that's a young age for them to know that there's not a chance right now for them to have diabetes, but the fact is that they recognize it. And the good thing about camp is they get to see what I go through from their point of view, from other kids.
Very good. Yeah, and I want to bring that up mostly because one of the things that the ADA does is it helps support the camps. We have 3 of them in Dallas, correct?
In the Dallas-Fort Worth area,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Okay, so which the ADA, especially the ADA North Texas, helps out with that as far as funding those, so they can continue going on to help kids in the area go to those, learn how to live with diabetes, do it very well, just like you do every day. So yeah, it's a phenomenal thing. It's one reason why the walk is so huge, because it helps fund that. That way, kids go there, they get taken care of. They learn how to take care of themselves. They can come back eventually and be camp counselors as well. And so yeah, that's a big piece of it. At one of the previous shows, Dr. Hancock on here, and her whole deal is childhood obesity. In fact, I need to get her together with y'all because she's in D.C. She's with Johns Hopkins, and a lot of other places. Her daughter, precious little, our daughter's like 4 years old, 5 years old now, and they went to a party. Her daughter walks in, she's like, What's up with all the sugary drinks? Why don't they have any water here? She's like, proud mom moment right there.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I wanted to throw that out there just so people realize, some of where the money goes to, because one of the big issues is, okay, I toss money at this thing, I go to the walk, I donate some cash, my friends donate some cash, where does that money go? So I wanted them to get one of the personal stories of that, of where some of the money goes outside of all the research that happens at UT Southwestern here for the ADA. So, Ron, if you can do some stats for us right quick, because I know we raise a lot of money here in North Texas, but nationally the money that's raised, a lot of that ends up back here in North Texas.
Absolutely. I believe it's for every $1 raised, it's anywhere from 2 to 3 that actually comes back into the North Texas area, whether that be for educational programs or the research. Right now we have 9 research projects that are being currently funded. And one of the cool things about the research that we do is we have a program that the American Diabetes Association will give money to remember the name of the project, specifically to up-and-coming researchers, so that they can focus all of their time on those projects. I believe it's Pathways, and so they're young, they're energized, and so we want to make sure that they're not worried about other outside things that, well, I don't know if I can afford to do it this way or that way. They help in their funding so that they can concentrate, and you never know, they could be the next one who comes up with a cure, or understands more of the causes. So we really rely a lot on these research projects. But in the meantime, while we're working on that, like I said, the education, the outreach, we have educated over 370,000 people for at-risk populations, and 473 churches and faith-based communities. We have, for the camps that we talked about, we hosted over 263 children, and what's so wonderful about that, it really does teach them how to manage their diabetes, how to understand it, and make them feel like they're normal. They can go and do whatever they want to do in life. They just have a few things that other kids don't have to do.
Let's jump forward and let's talk about the walk right quick. As far as what's going on at the walk, what some of our needs are at the walk is, how many people were there last year, how many people were signed up so far, which means how many people we want to have there this year, sponsors, stuff like that.
We need all of the above. So we'd love to have people sponsor. We need your volunteers. We want to get 3,000 people out there, whether you're a volunteer, a walker, a Red Strider, which we didn't get to talk about, but those are people who do have diabetes. We recognize those on that day, because that's why we were there to walk. We have a hefty goal of raising $525,000. So we're if you go online, you'll see that right now money online raised, which isn't all of it, but we're about $30,000. So we really, we're trying to reach out to everybody to come be a part of it, show your support. You have a lot of family, coworkers, and people that we all want to support.
Yep. All right. Very good. And for anybody out there that has a company, we love whenever companies join in and get the entire company out there, bring the kids, bring the family, come on as a supporter with your company, as a sponsor, even better. And we do have a wellness program for companies called Wellness Loves Here. Y'all need to check that out for your company, and this can be a part of it. This would be a kind of a kickoff.
I just want to point out that the walk again is on November 5th. It's at the Air Hogs / Quick Trip Park Stadium in Grand Prairie. That's just off of I-30 and Beltline. Registration starts at 8. Opening ceremony is 9:30, and the walk at 10. And we have a lot of fun things that if you've even been there before, it's going to be a few extra surprises. So, definitely come out, check us out.
Yep, very good. All right, thank you, too, for coming on the show. For everybody else out there, diabetes.org, and actually diabetes.org / North Texas.
Diabetes.org / StepOutDFW.
Step out. Okay, so there we go. So go there, get signed up, join us for all the fun. I'll have you two back on after the walk to finish up. And that's it for the show today. Hope you enjoyed it. Come back next time. Get ready, because October, it's going to be a new show every week. That's right, I'm cranking it up. We're getting ready for some bigger stuff coming up next year. So there's that. Come back, Personal Health Care Reform Talk Show. Check out clintfuqua.com, 4 steps to living better, and have a great day.